welcome to our channel Lightning Vision. Today I'm with Mother. Bonjour Mother.
Bonjour.
And we will talk about the soul. So this is part 2 of the very interesting and profound explanation of the soul by Mother.
Thank you, Nathalie. In the first video I've tried to explain that the one way to have a more profound idea of the difference between the soul and the human part of us is through the vision we have on life. If you extend this explanation, you can say, for instance, for the personality, conflicts and difficulties are something to avoid, or sickness, or all kinds of disasters, or because the lower nature in man is based on, you might say, the type of illusion where, a bit like a soap opera, everything should work. Everything should work without something that bothers or hinders or creates obstruction or even destruction. For the human part of us, life should be smooth, happy, without obstacles. And now the difficulty is that something in this universe hasn't made this deal with us and creates for us very often the contrary of what we seek or what we hope. And that makes it possible for us to have a first glimpse of the vision of the soul. That's to say, the soul does not meet difficulties or obstacles in the same way as the human part of us does. And that's one reason, even more a reason, to try to find out how the soul in you sees things. Because if you stay on the level of your personality, the human nature, you will live your difficulties in a difficult way, even more difficult way. Because as I already said, for the lower nature in us, a difficulty is something that should not have been there. For the human nature in us, a difficulty is like something that interfered by chance, and that is a mistake that should not have been there, and that hinders us to do what we would have liked to do. Whereas the soul sees things in a completely different way. For the soul, each obstacle, each difficulty is there to teach us something, to make us grow, to bring us further on the path of wisdom and love and understanding of ourselves and this world. And those visions that are completely at the opposite one another, that is I think for modern man, one of the challenges of this time is to bring this into the consciousness of man, that inside of us there are two different ways to see life, and to find out in yourself how this works in you. What part of you sees the way, like the personality has the habit of seeing it, and what part of you sees things in another way. That can be a good exercise or way to discover the soul in yourself. Because difficulties we all have in our life. We can try to get rid of it or to go around it and to escape, but that doesn't work. everybody knows at least one person in his life that with which he has difficulties. It can be a child, a partner, a boss, a parent. So a kind of test or something that can bring us further is naturally in our lives, because you have to see this person that's bothering you, that you can even hate this person or feel a deep antipathy. If you can start seeing this situation as a challenge to learn something in a more profound way, then it opens up, it becomes less destructive in your life, and it can even become constructive. So for me, what I saw in lives of others and around me and in my own life, it's the way you look upon things that completely changes if you look through the eyes of the human nature or through the eyes of the higher nature or the soul. As I already said, the human nature is bothered by things. She thinks that it's a mistake, it should not have been there, and she wants to get rid of it. But the problem is that it will not work. There are people that try to kill even people that they don't like, but even though you get rid of the body and of the person, you will see that sooner or later the same problem will come up in your life through another person. So that shows that it goes beyond people in your life or beyond situations. It has to do with something that tries to tell you, listen, look, there's something that you have not understood until now, and perhaps it's interesting to try to understand it, whatever it might be. Well, to open up for that vision on life, then you put yourself on the side of the soul, because that's the vision of the soul. For the soul, basically, there are no problems that cannot be solved. But to solve your problems, you have to open up for another vision and to say, okay, what is the challenge in this situation? Even though it's bothering me, I feel a big antipathy. Please, no. Try little by little to open up to another vision and to tell yourself, perhaps in this situation there's a challenge for me hidden to grow and to come further as an individual on my path. Well, that is basically the most important strategy to attack in the right sense life, and to find out how the soul in you sees things and what is this soul. But it starts, of course, with the idea that you have to admit that there are two parts in you that on a daily basis are struggling. And you have to stop trying to get away of your difficulties or to get rid of them, and to say, okay, then I have to tackle them in another way, to try to see it in another way. And that's what I would like to talk about in my third part.
Thank you, Mother. So I'm really curious, as to how many people can really feel this difference between the personality and the soul. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and please leave us your comments, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next one. So we'll see you soon. Have a good day.
Your whole life through, you all traces left in the sand, footprints marked out in virgin soil, hearing eyes without guide, fearless, straight ahead. You're a solitary rider its light. No one else but you knows the path that you are following, through the sun and rain and wind, drawing lines at once in dust and time. You're a solitary rider, just a solitary rider. If one day you decide to take a look upon the other side, a world will open that is new, full of pathways still unknown to you. As a solitary rider, as a solitary rider. Your whole life through, you walk traces left in the sand, footprints marked out in virgin soil, peering eyes without guide, fearless, straight ahead. You're a solitary rider, and one day you'll disappear on the horizon. One fine day you'll disappear on the horizon. You'll disappear on the horizon.